Before I start this, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double to the apostles, great millstone, who rule well, teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing this word in all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. And Lord, when this video is edifying, quick and straight to the point. This video will be entitled Gremlins, Ghouls, and Goblins. I've titled this like this because, recently, last Saturday, at camp, you've had some Jake that came up being loud and, not listening and making it hard for us to, preach. And, ultimately, Jake... And it's crazy. Jake don't be loud and make all the extra noises when they just walking past the Christian church or some Christian church members. But when it comes to us, they get loud. They want to act fools. Jake gotta go, man. Jake ain't shit. Jake, man. Whew, boy. The best way to deal with Jake and what the best thing for Jake is what the Heavenly Father's going to do is eradication. How you think the Heavenly Father feels? He's tired of seeing Jake running around here, not thinking, not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and just all around wicked. The Heavenly Father's tired of it. How you think? Well, we tired of it. So how much more so the Heavenly Father? Jake trusts in oppression. They're quick to do evil. They wise to do mischief. And honestly, Jake just got to go. But Jake ain't shit, man. Jake notoriously ain't shit. I'm going to get Isaiah 30 real quick in verse 12 because that... Oh, yeah, Isaiah 30 and 12. Because Jake got to go, man. There's no other solution. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word which they do, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as breach ready to fall, swelling out of high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant. Again, the Lord put judgments on us too. That's, Jake trusts in oppression, they trust in perverseness, they love perverseness. Jake like to do folly still. Being a Mo ain't profitable to your life, and it don't secure your longevity in life. Being a Mo don't help you. Bullshitting, party around, playing around don't help you neither. Jake is one of them, and it's crazy. Jake, as great as our nation is and as great as our people is, Jake are so fucking faithless. They have no morals. They're like animals. And you got to put an animal down. At this point, and that's another thing too. The Heavenly Father prophesied, not the Heavenly Father himself, but the Heavenly Father had it to where Jake always had to have an example be made of out of somebody out of the Israelite congregation or just in general. Just dealing with the time in Egypt. We was delivered and you still had Jake talking shit against Moses, to mind you, and the Heavenly Father was dealing with him directly. Nobody was dealing with, Moses was the man. And I'm not saying in a carnal sense, but Moses was that man that was the Heavenly Father was dealing with him directly. Moses was on a whole nother level, and y'all coming together. The Israelites came up against Moses. Jake came up against Moses, and that's why another reason too. The Lord destroyed a lot of Jake in the wilderness. Lord kept talking shit. Jake kept talking shit, keep disrespecting the Lord, keep coming against Aaron and Moses. Jake Jake assholes, man. And the best way to deal with an asshole is just put them out their misery. The best way to deal with a brute beast or animal that's in pain and suffering, put them out their damn misery. And that's what the Lord is going to do. But I'm going to read this Exodus real quick. This is Exodus chapter 17 and verse 2. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? And yeah, Jake, Jake. Jake ain't shit. Looking ass niggas, man. Jake are some looking ass motherfuckers, man. Jake talking shit against Moses, coming up against Moses, probably threatening. Pressing Moses. In modern day terms, pressing Moses, making it hard for Moses to do things. Jake is so much of a... Jake are assholes, man. And that's why the Lord said, make their head hard against the... I'm going to get that too, Lord willing. But yeah, Jake are assholes. They don't have no faith. And a lot of these faithless Jakes got to go. How can you be of the royal people and of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and be straight assholes and degenerates? So therefore, the Lord got to put you out of your misery. So this is back in Exodus chapter 17 and verse 3. And the people thirsted for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, they was shit talking against Moses. Look at that nigga Moses. Just imagine. So how much more so today? Look at Moses. He think he's a shit. Moses just basically trying to get us killed. Jake is like that. Jake looking at you, shit talking, and said, wherefore is it that thou hast brought us out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And yeah, Jake like, damn, you trying to kill us, Moses? Like, shit, we just, Jake don't have faith. Jake, that's another big thing. Jake, faith is so fucking poor and terrible. They think the Lord's trying to kill him, and the Lord's helping. And this is what Moses did. And Moses cried to the Lord Yahweh, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. And yeah, Jake probably would, given a chance. Jake would literally fucking stone you because they mad at themselves for something they caused. That's how when you're dealing with Jake, man. You can't let your guard down for a fucking second, man. Jake ain't shit. Let me grab this other precept. Hard against. It's in Ezekiel, I know that. Let me see. It's in Ezekiel. No, it's not. Let me see. Thy forehead. Let me grab that real quick. Lord, when I get it. Let me see. Yeah, it is in Ezekiel. Let me see. Yeah, it is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 8. No, I started verse 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. And yeah, they did the same thing with Moses. Same thing with every prophet. They did it with Stephen, and they killed Stephen. They stoned him. So how much more so us in these times? This is back in Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me, for all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. Hard-headed niggas, man. We dealing with some hard-headed ass niggas. The Lord getting tired of dealing with Jake hard-headed ass, man. Verse 8, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. And yeah, that the Lord made it to where you can't be soft with Jake. Hey, bro, you don't need to come crazy at all, Jake. But in this situation, rage get loud. And I don't mean in a carnal sense. I'm saying raise your voice up, put some bass in your voice. Jake overtalk you. Shit like that, man. This is who we dealing with. as adamant, hardened than flint, have I made thy forehead. Fear them not. And yeah, the Lord said, don't fear Jake, man. Neither be dismayed at their looks, looking ass niggas, though they be as a rebellious house. Yeah, Jake is rebellious. They stiff-necked, they hard-headed, they looking ass nigga, man. Jake always been like that. And so how much more so from the time of Moses to the time of Ezekiel to now? That is a lot of time, and Jake still remain the same. So the Lord's gonna fucking destroy you, Jake, man. Y'all don't want to listen to what your own people is not just instructing you to do, warning you for your own good, and y'all make it seem as if we're trying to hurt y'all, harm y'all. And realistically, the wickedness that they do, they don't like. They giving into it. They love it. So yeah. They don't like to suffer for the righteous things. A lot of Jake ain't like that. This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people are foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. And yeah, Jake don't be having understanding. They don't be having the wherewithal. Jake don't be having the wherewithal, the spiritual sense in most situations to be like, you know what? Let me chill out. Let me obey the Lord. Jake ain't like that. Especially not in these times. Especially since there's been a remnant already predestined to make it anyways. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And yeah, Jake is like that. For example, the Kia boys. The Kia boys know how to dismantle a car, start off and run off with your Kia. With all that knowledge of how to open a car door without the alarm going off, taking out the what's the I forgot the name of it, but the kill switches and control switches, taking apart the radio, the throttle, all of that, the key lock and all. The ignition, knowledge like that. With knowledge like that, you could be an engineer. You could be an architect. You could do something. You could be building a car. But Jake don't think like that. That's why the Lord gotta destroy them, man. Jake are so fucking wise to do evil. And the Lord is we're sick and tired of seeing it. So how much more so the Heavenly Father himself, the Israelite of Israelites. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this Luke, and then I'm going to grab Baruch, and then I'm going to close out. So this is Luke chapter 17, and I'll start at verse 25. Actually, let me see. I was at let me see. Yeah, verse 25. But first must he suffer things and be rejected of this generation. And yeah, Yahweh Shai is in this red letter, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Yahweh Shai was rejected in his time, in the time period when the Romans was living. The Romans was in power, I mean. So for us to know, like, when we're going to be rejected. We're not of this world, and the Lord chose us to be out of this world. So that's a good thing. Yeah, you might be what they call it, a black sheep. You might even be the black sheep of your family. But, coming in this truth, you're gonna be a black sheep even more so now. And that's one of the things. Being in this walk, being a black sheep is like not even just a prerequisite. That's just how this walk is. Now, granted, some brothers have more notoriety than others. Some brothers are know more people, talk to more people, whatnot. But at the same time, brothers that do that, they know, hey, I don't fuck with them. I just see them whenever I see them. That's just how it is. This is back in Luke chapter 17 and verse 26. And And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day of Noah, the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So yeah, just like it was in the time of Noah. Noah and his seven other individuals. Noah's wife, his son's wife, you know, that's how it's going to be. You know, it's going to be a very small remnant of people, of Israelites, that will be saved. And not just that, back then there wasn't rain. It was dew from the ground. They didn't know what rain was. They laughed at Noah when he said that. Lord opened the floodgates, waters from beneath and waters from above. And the Lord drowned them niggas out. And drowning ain't quick. Drowning is painful. Your water filling your lungs up, gasping for air. Then let's say you do get out the damn water, out of damn near drowning. You got to throw all that shit up. It's hurting. It's hurtful and painful. Can't breathe. Verse 27. Let me see. Oh no, I read that already. Verse 28. Likewise, as in the days of Lot, they did eat. They drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. And yeah, you see a common denominator. Not just Jake, but all together, Jake and the heathen. A lot of them that was given into marriage, was having fun, not thinking about what the Lord's going to do, what the men of the Lord are saying, they always ended up being destroyed. And you know why? Because the Lord got tired of their ass. The Lord closed the doors. Shit, what you think happened in the ark? The angel of the Lord sealed the doors. You don't think people wasn't banging on that door for like a good few hours? With that rain, they was beating that door, trying to beat the door down, and the Lord sealed that damn door. Because no might have would have opened it. I mean, you got to think. You hearing all these people drown. You hear screams. Hey, my kid, just take my kid. You know, stuff like that. The Lord makes it to where these people gonna know. Jake gonna know, not you should have been fucking listening. And the doors are closing, but Jake ain't shit, man. Jake really ain't shit. And at the end of the day, Jake gonna know what it's like to suffer. So from there, I'm gonna grab this Baruch chapter 3, and then I'm gonna close out. So this Baruch 3, and I start at verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach, a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. And yeah, that's literally what's going on now. We're subject to payments. We're still in captivity. You know, we're oppressed. And Jake trusted in oppression. Jake loved to be oppressed, and I genuinely believe Jake Jake in general love oppression. That's Stockholm syndrome. Jake have generational Stockholm syndrome. That ain't just something from slavery. We talk about from the Babylonian captivity, from ever since when we was put in captivity and oppressed. From all the way from Genesis to now, Jake have loved it. And Jake has Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is real, y'all. Stockholm Syndrome ain't just what you hear. You see it every day. When you walk around, these people do the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. And the Lord is tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing it. So, verse 9, hear Israel, the commandments of life. And yeah, the commandments of life is keeping the laws and statutes of the Heavenly Father. Laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. Perfectly. And it's bigger than the law, statutes, and commandments too. I mean, granted, the law, statutes, and commandments are the guidelines of how we live our life. But it's faith. It's faith. Trust in the Lord. Believe in the Lord. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Verse 10, how happeneth in Israel that thou art in thy enemy's land? And yeah, we're all the way in Babylon, aka America. We're not in Israel. And all the tribes of Israel, not even all in Israel. Oh, you got Jake in Africa still. You still got Jake in Europe. You got Jake in Asia. You got Jake in Australia probably. You got Jake in India. You got Jake mingled among the heathen. 70 AD wasn't just... Then Northern Kingdom got kicked out before Southern Kingdom got kicked out. And our Northern Kingdom brothers went to the Solomon Islands. And then they came over here. So, we got kicked out of our home. We got our ass handed to us by the Assyrians and the Babylonians. The Assyrians put the beats on Northern Kingdom. Then the Babylonians came in and fucked up the Southern Kingdom. And we ain't been right since. And then after that, we rebuilt the Second Temple in the time of the Persians and Medes just to get our ass handed to us again. Right back in the Romans and Greek. It started in the Greek period with being Hellenized. And then the Romans done fucked us up and done kicked us out again. How many times Jake gonna sit up here and love to be oppressed by the same individuals that not just put you in slavery, but literally destroyed your bloodline by giving you diseases, ailments? We dealing with shit our great-great-grandfathers done deal with. Generationally. We not even talking about the food yet. We talk about the physical pain and suffering we had to deal with. And Jake love oppression. And that's why Jake gotta go. Jake gotta go. We still dealing with shit our great-great-grandfathers had. And not even, we could go deeper than that. We dealing with shit from back in slavery. And then that's the curses too. Jake ain't ready for the kingdom. Jake ain't wanting the kingdom. Because if they wanted the kingdom, they'd do everything possible to usher in the new kingdom. But anyway, let me finish off this Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 10. How happeneth Israel that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, and that thou art defiled with the dead. And yeah, Jake is in a dead state. We're defiled. We're defiled as a people. A vast majority of Jake is defiled. They gotta go. And the Yahweh Shai ain't getting back on the cross. So therefore, in 2nd Ezra 9, starting at verse 18, Jake gotta go. But yeah, I didn't want to make this video long. This is just something I was meditating upon. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. But before I close, I'd like to give my praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rukakudash. Lord willing, this video is edifying. And on to the next one. Shalom.